Hello, I'm JohntheFish, and I'm going to show you a demonstration of using my Omni Gallery add-on to add a product carousel to Community Store. Now, as a starting point, we have here an offline copy of Concrete5 Denmark's Community Store demonstration site. This is a beautifully crafted site, an absolutely wonderful demonstration of just how good a store can look. So we're not going to be doing anything to actually improve it, just show some aspects of it a little bit differently. Now, if we go down here, we have a product page for a man's shirt, and beneath the shirt is a product list for 6 related products, and I'm going to replace this related products list with a carousel of all the products in the man's shirt group. So let's go into edit mode, and the first thing we're going to need to do is delete the block that we don't want anymore. So let's get rid of the product list. So now we've got a bit of space here, and add a block, Omni Gallery. And we don't want the default image source. What we want is product list dynamic down here. So we'll select product list dynamic, and we're going to just show the men's shirt group in alphabetical order, no other filters, and within that we're only going to have the primary product image for each shirt. Down here we don't want to link the image to anything. We'll come on to that in a few seconds. We're not going to show a name section because that would be at heading level, and that'd be a bit big on top of all of this. We're just going to go to the description, and because we're listing products, we have a few product properties and information, and one of the things we can show is a more details button. So that's our image source and related information. For display, we're going to use Swiper. Swiper's good for infinite carousels, and it's also good for mobile devices because it's nicely touch sensitive and things. Lots of options to play with. We're going to change the aspect ratio of our picture with source set to be portrait oriented. We're not going to put any border or anything like that round it, or change the scaling. Within Swiper we're going to use the slide capability. We're going to slide relatively slowly. We're going to show 2 slides on a small page, 3 slides on a slightly larger. Let's get rid of some of the extra breakpoints that are here. But, we're going to show 4 at 1024, and to match the original product list we're going to show 6 at 1200. Little bit of spacing between the images. We could have done that with padding further up, but let's do it with spacing down here. We're going to loop it, and we need at least 6 because that's how many we're showing. That will make sure we don't run off the end of the list as we scroll. This is 4 seconds to show each image. We'll disable it when someone interacts. We'll have a left and right arrow, and we use keyboard navigation. This is in addition to swiping. We're only going to show the description, and in our information block let's put some 10 pixel padding around it. We only really need the bottom and right padding. We could have done that with positioning. We're going to position this button bottom right. So let's ignore the top and left positioning. We haven't got any overlay colour, so we don't really need to worry about how wide the overlay is going to be or anything like that. No lightbox. In the advanced section we're going to use JavaScript lazy loading. This is because native lazy loading is great for things that go down a page, but it's not very clever at things that go across a page. And these images in the slider behind the scenes are across the page. Now I could save the dialogue at this point, add the block. I'll just show you one little extra That's in the support settings section. There's export and import buttons. Now I won't have this demonstration on my own support site, but I will have a copy of the settings exported from this block, which you can use the import button to import to your Omni Gallery blocks. So let's get rid of the support and add the block to the page. Here's the edit mode marker, and we'll just add a content block above it for a title, and this is related products. And let's have that at heading level 2. Right, our page is saved. Here we have our shirt, and beneath it is a slider of all the other shirt images, or images for all the other shirt products. Within each of these there's a link to where we are. So there we have it, different shirts, different links. If you look at the bottom left, we can slide manually, we can grab it and slide multiples, or we can go back, and this is looping round, so we have an infinite carousel of all the shirts in our men's shirts products group. In the video description I'll add a link to Concrete5 Denmark's demonstration site of community store. I'll also add a link to my own C5 Magic site support page, and I'll add the JSON as a downloadable from there if you want to import that to your own community store block.